the face you make at the end of the week of Days of Our Lives. We're here to recap it with you. Coming up next.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Why, hello and good afternoon, all of you Days of Our Lives fans. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV's Dishin' Days, where we give you a full recap of NBC's #1 hit soap opera, Days of Our Lives. I'm your host, Tony Moore, and we got a full house in here with a gaggle of gals. Starting with the OG of Dishin' Days, to my far left, we have...
Trying to figure what OG means.
Old gal.
Ah, gotcha. I guess I'm the OG, Mark J. Freeman. Although James Lott Jr. is in the chat room, so he would be the OG.
He'd be the older gal.
Oh, OG.
OG.
Sorry, JLJ. Sorry, JLJ.
And we have our lovely, beautiful madam.
Wow, I'm a madame. Hey, y'all, Tami Goveia.
She's the head of the brothel.
Speaking of brothels, we also have
Mama Michael Mattes.
And of course, I'm Tony Moore. And thank you guys for tuning in live.
You forgot to.
What?
Our junior co-hosts today.
Oh.
They at least are on the same page.
I was like,
Our collective awe.
like I was
Took me
looking.
a minute,
I was
yeah.
like, is there someone like under here? What's happening? What's going on?
Come here,
Who
little.
wants to say hi to
Oh,
us?
that's right. Oh, the
babies.
little babies.
the
We have Mark's
babies.
babies
Winston
here today.
Montgomery's
Hi,
here.
little
Check it out. Check it out.
you baby.
I love you too.
Oh, see, that's why I can't have dogs. They can't kiss me on the mouth.
Oh, what
Why
is wrong
not?
with you?
Oh,
They're
no,
the
that's too
cleanest
much.
animals ever.
I know,
Baxter
their mouths are
Alexander's
nice.
Oh,
here.
Baxter.
Hey,
Say
sweet
hi.
Baxter.
Say hi.
I love how everyone sniffs the mic.
Love you.
Oh,
Mwah. Love you too.
he's like,
All right.
look, I was good on the ground.
I know. So I shouldn't have disturbed them. They were both sitting so good in their little bed.
They're in
Okay,
training.
guys, lay down. Lay down, lay down.
Aw.
They're in hosting training.
Yeah.
Hosting
Yes.
training.
They're hosting trainees.
Yes.
And once again, thank you guys for tuning in live with us on this beautiful Sunday Oscar afternoon. If you haven't already, make sure you like us and follow us on all social media platforms. We are on Instagram and Facebook under Dishin' Days, and on Twitter @_Dishin' Days. Oh, the @ was supposed to be implied.
Yes.
Well, before we get to all the lovely things that have happened on Days of Our Lives this week, I wanted to take a minute to wish a very happy birthday to our very own Miss Tami Goveia.
Thank you.
And listen, there's only one way that we can celebrate a birthday.
Ralph's.
Woohoo! We spare no expense.
And this is not in celebration of Rafe and Hope, but
They
for...
make the best cake.
They do.
They really do.
They really do.
Albertsons and Ralph's
Yeah.
make the best
So,
cakes.
so happy birthday.
And
to
they
you.
sell
doll.
Cheesecake Factory
Thank
cheesecakes.
you.
White chocolate raspberry, which is one of my favorites.
Oh.
When I'm vegan-ish.
Right.
When I'm
when-
having a cheat
when
day.
you're
That's when
Vegan
you
wagon.
turn to the ish. Why is this
That's
so
when
far
the ish
up?
comes
Thank
out.
you so much.
There you
It's
go. You're
beautiful.
welcome. There you go. Happy
And thank
birthday
you for
to
not
you.
putting 500 candles on it. So,
No,
you know.
I figured bringing a candle in might be a fire hazard. So I'm just gonna put a candle on. I mean,
more ways than one.
it would have only been 21 candles,
Yeah, of
right?
course.
Yeah.
Finally legal.
Finally,
Finally.
legal.
Yes.
Thank God. All right. And don't forget, right after our show, tune into the rest of our soap blog. We have Restless Rap and GH Report. So make sure you follow those people too. And if you
Sarah
haven't,
Bold breakdown yet? Again? No?
those are specials.
Oh, there's specials. Gotcha, gotcha,
Specials.
gotcha.
Specials.
Okay.
Hopefully in March.
Yes.
Got
And
Well,
then
we are in March.
Yeah.
So
just
hopefully
started.
this month.
hopefully
Yeah.
this month. And then there was something else that if you guys are having trouble finding our show, make sure you subscribe to AfterBuzz TV Drama. AfterBuzz
Drama
TV
or
Drama.
dramas?
Drama.
I
Drama.
can never remember.
Drama. Yeah, drama. So that
Drama.
way you can always find our show. All right, what did y'all think of this week of days?
Sits tea.
I just felt like it was, again, a lot of reminding me of what's going on in Salem.
Yeah. I feel like
Especially
the
the-
last 2 weeks, the best days have been Mondays and Fridays, and everything in between is just kind of
Yeah.
Info.
Yeah,
But
info,
the
exactly.
scenes with, I love some Cassie DePaiva, but the scene with her and
Brady.
No, with Claire.
Claire. I was
Oh.
like, really?
Yeah,
Did we need?
that seemed a little odd.
It just was just like a recap.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what we do, Days.
That's what we're here for. Give us the drama and we'll recap it for
Oh,
you.
Willa's birthday was February 26th. Happy
Yes.
birthday,
Oh, happy
Willa.
birthday, Willa. Happy birthday, Willa.
FYI, Billy Flynn says hi. We hung out the other night.
Nice.
Hello.
Oh, did we forget to invite you, Tony? It's always very last minute. It's like we just start texting. We're like, should we meet for a drink? Because we're texting, and then we're like, get tired of texting. And we're like, let's just go have a drink.
See, here's the thing, right? Like, I invited you to our shindig. Unfortunately, it didn't happen because
So you invited me to something that didn't happen.
invite still
Appreciate
counts.
it.
it didn't. But
counts.
Appreciate it.
But I invited you though. I said, hey, we're gonna meet up on Thursday. I know you're doing RuPaul's Drag Race, but afterwards you should come meet us out.
RuPaul's Drag Race after show.
After
I'm not
show.
on the show. But
Right. Yeah. So I invited.
did they
you.
come?
They did not, because unfortunately someone was tired and had a very long day.
Or
and
they didn't
so-
want to see you?
Or it could be that. Who knows? Who knows?
But he got
he shows
invited.
up for me.
That's the point.
That's all I'm gonna say. He shows up for me.
Listen, I'm glad he shows up for you. You know, I don't care.
Good.
But I still would like to. Be
Anyways, he
there.
says hello. He says hello. He
Well,
sends
hello
his-
back, Billy Flynn.
Well-
to everybody out there too. He sends hello.
Here's a shout out to one of my favorite stars of Days of Our Lives, Billy Flynn.
Shout.
Shout out.
Shout out. There we go. All right, so all right, well, let's get right into it. It's now time to start Dishin' Days.
Nice.
Yay!
Flipping
All right.
that hourglass.
So we're going to start with our favorite storyline.
Unbelievable.
Oh, Miss Gabigail.
Unbelievable.
Wait, okay,
now
so
we have a third.
was anyone else shocked that Kimberly had wrote a book on her split personalities? Did anyone else knew that?
I
I
didn't
I didn't
know.
know
I
it,
didn't
but
know.
I was like, oh, okay.
I
wasn't
appreciated
shocked.
it. Again, this is one of those moments with what Ron has been doing that I appreciate 100%, and I think everybody will agree with me. I loved, and it opened Monday to the book.
Yeah.
I actually rewound it to look at it again. I was
Yeah.
like, is that on Amazon? I loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it.
Yes, and I love that he was trying to understand
Yeah.
what Abigail is going
Yes.
through.
Right.
Because they're starting to come a little more frequent now. And they're all
becoming more stressful.
Yeah.
That's why she's coming out more.
and it all starts off with a very bad headache. And sometimes I pray
With
like
those nails.
Yeah.
I love it when she does that.
Yeah.
And sometimes I pray like, oh girl, just be careful you don't get a headache in the wrong place. Like I hope you can rush back to the tunnel to change before before
Maybe
you're somewhere else.
she'll become Wonder Woman. She just spins.
Right.
Right.
And she turns into Gabby.
But has anyone noticed how like when she's Gabby, she really embodies Gabby.
You know, and I think this week, more than the past few, she is owning.
Yeah.
I mean, she is Gabby.
Like
The speed of her voice
Yeah.
and the accent
and even the tone, like sometimes
the intonations. Yeah.
Yeah, if you close your eyes, you think it's Camila.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, girl, you're in it. I love it.
Yeah,
I love
absolutely.
Gabigail.
Yeah. You know, I was a little thrown though. I kind of started getting mad because I was like, when she had the encounter, I almost said Billy, with Chad, and she threw the wig off and all that was going on. I was like,
I had
wait
to
a minute.
rewind that because I
did
wasn't
too.
sure, like.
I did too. I was like, wait, what just happened? And then as the scene was going, I was like, wait a minute. So she knows so I was a little confused. Then at the end, I was like, oh, another personality.
Right.
Because that's
she's
what
British.
because I was starting to get mad. I was like, wait a minute. So she knows she's Gabby
I didn't get
now?
British.
I heard British.
She's not
No.
British.
Well, maybe because all of a sudden she sounded very proper.
Well, I think
Someone never
she
told
was
you
trying
you're
to
such a
sound
sweet
proper
man.
because if
Yeah.
I saw this on Twitter, if you were watching it on closed caption, the dialogues instead of saying Abigail or Gabby was Dr. Laura. So that's what they're
Grandma
saying.
Laura.
Like this character is maybe grandma, like her grandma Laura Horton, and so maybe that's why she was trying to sound like a little more proper,
More
a little
uppity.
more, yeah.
Got it.
Educated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More refined, maybe. Yeah.
But it wasn't said that was her name. It's just a closed. Someone was watching with the captions on, posted on Twitter, and was like, "Oh, that's."
But I
so-
had to rewind because I really got thrown, like you said.
Yeah.
because she says his name, Chad, don't. He turns around and we see his reaction.
Right.
And says, Abby? And then, so before he turns around, she was able to
thrown
the wig
strip
off,
the
right?
wig and
That's
throw
what
it off.
happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
But,
in
like-
reality, there wasn't enough time for her to do that, but it's it's TV.
TV land
Yeah.
time. There was time.
Okay.
Just kind of gotta buy it.
There's plenty of time to snatch a wig and be like, shh. I mean,
Yeah.
if you
That
watch,
perfectly.
Chad,
He would have
boom, boom.
no. He would have caught her like. I don't know. There
No,
wasn't enough.
because if you think about it, he had already turned around and walked into the tunnel.
Right.
So she could have Chad.
I mean, it was a quick.
yeah, and then he popped out, and then because she was still kind of like just kind of messing with her hair to like maybe kind of fix it a little bit.
Yeah.
But I was almost gagging because I was almost like, girl, like don't say his name. You still got the black wig on.
Right.
Just let him go for a minute. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought she got caught, but
But was that Gabby that said his name? That said Chad? Or was
I think
it Abby?
I think it was Laura.
I think it was her other personality being Abigail.
Oh.
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yes.
Because there was an emergency situation right there. So
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
third one comes
And I
in.
think,
Right, yeah.
I got it. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's a lot to take in.
Yeah.
But when I tell you, I love me some Gabigail with Stefan. Oh,
I know.
And he's now such a protector of her. Like the fact that he's now like, okay, we have to plant this evidence on someone else. Because I think with him researching, and like you just said earlier, Mark, how like because she's becoming more stressed about the situation, that it's starting to come out more. And I think that's something that he's learning.
Yes.
And so he's now like, in order to like calm her, I need to do this.
And I loved, as he was reading the book, do not agitate the alt.
You saw it
altar.
happening with
You
Vivian.
saw it happening
Yeah.
downstairs
Flashing
with
back and
Vivian.
forth. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I mean,
And the fireplace poker,
Yeah.
that was fantastic.
could there have been a better person to interact with Gabigail? Because
And Vivian.
Vivian,
No,
yeah,
she-
Vivian,
no.
Vivian did not care. She was like, Abigail?
Yeah.
Oh, and then she's like, oh, so
Yeah.
you're okay.
There was
Yeah.
one scene where
And
she was talking to I think Stefan or about it, and she snorted a little bit.
Yeah, she did.
And she was like,
she totally did.
yeah, I thought it was cute. I thought
But
it was funny.
She's literally like, look, Abigail's going cuckoo for Cocoa
Yeah,
Puffs.
exactly.
So
She's like,
like,
I know you're a whack job. I know you
Yeah.
come from family of whack jobs.
yeah. So she didn't care. I tried to call James Lott Jr. And James Lott Jr., if you look at your phone, you know I tried to call you 10 minutes ago to see what the backstory was with Kimberly. Because I also liked...
Maybe he'll write in the room.
Well, I like that they kind of gave a little bit of backstory that like one of her personalities had apparently shot Steve and
Yes.
another personality had did this. So I was like, thank you, Dave,
Wasn't
for
another
doing that.
personality a prostitute?
I
Or
think
was
so.
it Kimberly actually the prostitute?
Maybe.
Oh, I don't remember.
I know a little bit about it.
JLJ, we need
That's why
you.
when like the book came up, I was like, oh, that must have been she must have wrote a book after
Yeah.
the experience.
Right. Right.
And you can tell it was like maybe back in the 90s or something like that, just
Late
by how
80s,
the
early
cover
90s, I
was
think,
and
yeah.
all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
big
But
hair.
Laura,
The
Dr.
big
Laura,
hair.
she never had, did she have split personality?
I think
She-
so. I think
I
she
think
did.
so too,
Oh,
right?
did she?
Laura?
I know she like
She was
went.
institutionalized.
I know she was
Yeah.
institutionalized. I thought she just had a mental breakdown. I don't remember there being personality. Maybe a fan can clear that up.
James
Says
says,
Kim
was the prostitute.
Was the prostitute.
I wonder, do we, someone said James should call in. James, you know the number, call in.
James, call.
Um,
JLJ. Well, I don't know if we have the Skype on, so Steven would have to turn that on.
I think we do. But, so yeah, so,
Okay,
cool,
great.
thank you. So, so this story just,
Oh, Laura did not have a split.
She didn't. Okay, she's had a mental breakdown.
Yeah, yeah.
When Kate cheated on her, or Bill cheated on her.
Yeah.
With Kate.
yes. But this storyline keeps getting like better
Well,
and
and
better.
we also found out, like through a flashback, what happened with Vivian
Yes.
and Stefan and Andre's body.
Yeah.
and they
Part of it.
They pretty much verified they didn't kill
Right.
him. That their plan, the one
They
that
were
you
going
kept
to.
talking about, like what they were going to do, that
I
they were
wanted
just
to-
going to have him like kidnapped.
When Vivian says to Stefan, I wouldn't have gotten rid of him that way. I would
I would've done it this way.
She's just packing. She's just walking around packing a gun.
I love that
I
moment.
love her so much. I cannot even express it.
I wish she was staying.
It's like effortless for her.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that comedic timing.
She's what her and Ari Zucker are probably the two that can they can pull off lines that you're just like, how'd you just make that believable? Like I fell for that. You literally just fell for that. Oh, and Billy Flynn.
She's not staying?
She's not. No, it's just temporary. It's temporary. Because I figured if she was staying, she would have been at Day of Days. Because I had asked Susan Hayes Susan Rogers about her. Because I assumed it was when we heard she was coming back. I assumed it was with Victor and Maggie had something to do with that. Because I didn't know about the storyline, and she said actually I didn't work with her at all. So and I knew that it was a short
thing.
Yeah.
And then we also saw Gabby dealing with her preliminary hearing, and the judge has decided that it was going to go to trial.
and Eli, accused the DA.
Where
were you when he was
Which
murdered?
alibi?
And she was like, "Bitch, don't."
Well, she came in trying to be like,
She needed to be put in her place. Like, I feel like the DA needed to be put. I liked DA when she was flirty with Stefan. I was like, okay, I kind of like her. But as the DA, and she's just all bossy and
Yeah.
No,
I actually
disliked.
liked the idea. I appreciated the idea that she's setting up Gabby. Because it never crossed my mind, like, because she does have dark hair. She is mad at Gabby. I'm like, that's a clever, I mean, even though I know that's probably not what's going on.
Right.
I thought it was clever that they added that in.
You're right. I didn't think about that
appreciate
either.
that. And another thing, I don't know if this is the time to discuss it. The interaction between Vivian and Victor.
Oh my god. My god, my eyes.
I don't know. Here's my thing.
That was the best
Don't
line
get
of
me
the
wrong.
week.
Definitely the best part of the week. Love the scene. Love that they had them together.
Yes.
I'm just curious if this is going to amount to something more. Like, I feel like it's a wasted scene if
I feel
nothing
like
more is going to happen.
I feel like it was just kind of like filler. Like they wanted a scene with
I was
Vivian and
hoping that it
Victor.
wouldn't be, but I have a feeling that it is.
Yeah.
I think that was her just trying to go and be like, listen, we should work together. And
I'll give you
then,
one chance,
And then
and
Victor
yeah.
being like, no. And then she being like, all right, if
Yeah.
not business, how about pleasure?
Personal relationship.
Oh my eyes! Oh my god! I thought I was gonna pee. Oh my god! I was gonna
You
pee.
probably did.
But a little squirt.
You did.
I'm getting older. I'm losing control.
Oh my living word.
You gotta
Poise.
you
Need
gotta
some
call
poise.
Lisa Rinna about those depends.
Yeah,
No, it's
exactly.
poise pad.
Poise.
The pens are poise.
Poise.
So that's pretty much Gabigail, right?
Yeah.
That happened this
It was
week.
kind of like
Yeah.
everything, not everything, but that was a big.
That
That was
a
a
big
majority
thing
of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now we get to Mark's favorite
I say I
storyline.
can go play with the dogs now.
Rafe Hope.
Oh, you know I'm talking about you. You both looked at me.
We have Rafe and Hope's wedding, and then
Yes.
also Sierra, Tripp, and Claire.
You want to hold a pug?
Baxter,
Baxie, you come here first.
come here, my love.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna give you to
God.
Auntie Tammy.
Come here, my love.
You'll be with me. All right.
Look how delicious
Let's
you
do
are.
this. If we're gonna talk about something I hate,
So
He
how
needs
did
his emotional support.
how did we feel about the pre-wedding or the actual wedding that happened at the cabin?
I'm glad they had their quiet time.
Yeah.
You know, it was a little extended, it was
Yeah.
a little long. But I understood what they were trying. Just
I
a
like. I
little
do
bit.
like. I do like how instead of doing the typical like the wedding was interrupted and they don't get married.
Right.
They're already
Agreed.
married when she
Yeah.
finds out he's cheating, and I thought that was a
Agreed.
cute,
What did
not
you
a
think,
cute,
Baxter? So you
but
liked
like
it
an
too.
interesting twist on a whole like the Days of Our Lives wedding. It wasn't.
did
the
anybody
standard.
catch the name of the guy that married them?
Justice of the Peace.
No, they said his name. Did you hear?
Did they say his
These are the moments where
You know, I,
think,
feel like I did, and I don't remember. It was a moment, and
Well, I rewound it because I wanted to make sure I was hearing it correctly. These are the moments where I feel like they do watch this show and they know that I don't like rope. His name was Freeman. And I was like, Ron, do we need to fight?
His name was
Because-
Freeman?
Freeman. She said Justice Freeman or Mr. Freeman. And I even rewound it and listened to it again. And I was going to try and turn on the closed captioning to make sure that I was hearing it right because she says it really quick. And I was like, they're out to get me.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. That's so funny.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. I literally fast forwarded through most of it. The only thing I did hear that actually made me laugh is snorting. That's Baxter snorting.
He has lipstick on him.
Of course.
I thought we had James Lott Jr. on the line for a minute.
When Hope says to him, "Oh, we'll just tell Julie that we got married. She's not going to care," and Rafe's reaction was like, "Oh yeah," because she's calm.
Right.
I literally laughed. That was almost going to be my quote of the week. That was funny, and the rest of it I fast forwarded through.
Well,
Sorry, guys.
I thought
I'm gonna let them take over here.
What I thought your quote of the week was going to be was Julie talking to, I think it was Claire, and she's like, "You can tell me, I don't judge."
Yeah.
And it was
I
one of those
laughed
moments where
out
you're
loud.
like,
Yeah, I laughed out loud.
There was something
don't
else.
judge.
There was something else she said too that was almost quote of the week, but it's not. Stay tuned.
I've tried calling in 4 times, some pickups, and says they can't hear me. Oh, so James has tried to call
Oh, we're sorry, James.
Aw.
in. We'll keep trying, James, and
Well, does,
and
I don't
Steve
know if Steven
will
has
figure it
his
out.
number. Would Steven know which number is his coming in?
Well, no, he said that it's picked up, but it says that they can't hear him. So maybe there's some
gotcha.
technical difficulties.
Gotcha.
So we'll figure it out so that he can give us a rundown. I was like, yay, cute, like a very
Right.
non-traditional huge.
I don't
wedding.
have the disdain for rope that a lot
I
of
don't
people
either.
do, but I mean, I'll watch it, but
It's-
I wasn't like, oh.
I wasn't either. And
was
again,
there.
I thought about Aiden. I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, I kind of wish that her and Aiden had worked out, but
Right.
whatever. So it's, and they did it their way. It was very casual. It's, just them with this moment and stuff like that.
I like the twist that she finds out after they're already married.
Right.
Yeah.
Which makes it just even worse.
Right. Right.
That's probably why it's not going through because I think I gave the wrong number.
Oh.
So there's that.
Wonder who he was calling.
I know, right?
Right.
Like, hello,
what?
Kimberly was a prostitute.
My bad. But okay, so cut to Doug's place. Everyone's there for the wedding.
But can I just say really quick, Sierra's hair looks lighter and it looks great.
Yeah.
Have you noticed how much lighter it is?
Oh
Do you mean
yeah.
in
It's
Do you mean in
beautiful.
volume or
no,
color?
No, in color.
In color, yeah.
Maybe because it was back, but I think
Yeah.
in color it's lighter. So anyway.
I didn't notice that.
I feel really bad to keep praising Victoria for her portrayal of Sierra, but I have to keep praising her for her portrayal of Sierra. Like, I love her as Sierra.
I do too.
I think she's this great mix of this badass girl with a heart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
No, go ahead.
go
sorry.
ahead. No, that's it.
No, do we think that she's gonna enter the face of
Bella?
Bella?
against
That's where I'm
Claire?
thinking it's going.
Oh, to
maybe.
keep that rivalry
Because
going?
I'm like, this rivalry isn't gonna end, and now it's picked up now that Claire's dropped the bomb against Sierra's wishes.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
Sierra, I think, is gonna go in and be
I
like,
didn't even
"All right,
think of
bitch,
that. I like that idea.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so so we all know Claire dropped the ball and said that Rafe cheated on Hope. My thing is this: I see where Claire was coming from, but I think it was when she was talking to Marlena, and Marlena asked her, "What's your real motivation for
Right,
doing this
yeah.
or wanting to say something?" And I really feel like she didn't have Hope's best interest at
No,
heart.
it wasn't.
not.
This was not about
No.
Hope being
No.
happy. No,
This
this
was
was
about
this was
No.
a dig at
Sierra.
Sierra. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Absolutely.
And it's so stupid. She wanted to know about the secret so bad. She found out about it. Sierra and Tripp even approached her to be like, "Look, bitch, we got this under control." You know what I mean?
none of
like,
your business.
like it's
Right.
none of your business. Stay
Yeah.
out of it. This is my mother.
I wanted to tell her, and
Yeah.
I'm not telling her.
Yeah,
and it was
so-
going to tell her, it would be me.
Right.
Yeah, so it's like
Yeah.
let her be happy, and then oh my god, and then when she
Yes.
and then when
Sorry,
she
Baxter.
It's Baxy.
when she ran in and just kind of like, and Sierra looked at Rafe and was like, she knows. And then I think that's when, because I think Rafe has also been struggling with telling Hope
telling
as well.
her not to, and then deciding not.
And then finally he was just like, I just have to pull you to the side.
Right.
And then that's when Claire, you just shut up.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, someone has to tell her. Rafe cheated on Hope. And then it's just like, oh
This is
my
all
God.
about Claire's immaturity and her rivalry with Sierra. Yeah, that's all it's about.
I was wondering too, because when all that stuff was happening, when she went to Marlena and told her, and Julie, like, I have a secret, I started thinking, okay, maybe they're going somewhere else with this because they're really kind of dragging this out.
Yeah.
But then it turned into that, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. So I don't know. I feel like, again, those were wasted.
I did like the interaction between when they were in the office. I guess that was the office of Doug's place between Sierra and Claire, where they were really like.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, they need to keep this going because these, like, when they're in the scenes and they're arguing with each other, I think those are when they're at their strongest.
Yeah.
And we have to remember, isn't Sierra her aunt?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Sierra is Claire's aunt. She's
Sierra
Sierra.
is Claire's aunt.
Because
Okay.
Claire's father is Sierra's brother.
Right.
And it was funny too, because when she was saying to Claire when they were arguing, she kept saying, your mom, and I was like, your grandmother. She
But
did
you know
finally
what?
say.
But that makes
finally
me
say grandmother.
crazy.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
she
Me
says
too.
Grandma Hope,
I had to
makes
think
me
about
crazy.
it. I forgot. I had to think about it for a minute. I'm like, wait,
Because-
how's she grandma? I'm like, oh, because
I mean, I know that she is. It just
She's
sounds
Douglas.
weird.
Yeah. I was gonna
Yeah.
say Brandon, but that's
She's just so not a grandma-ish.
right.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No. So I was just like, oh God, no, Claire, no girl. That's one of those moments where, like, you want to jump through the TV and be like, hey, so we're gonna have drinks now.
Yeah.
You know,
The virgin
Yeah.
teenies.
All
Yeah.
the virgin teenies that are floating around.
Yes.
Because no one in Salem can drink. This is why
Everyone's
I
got
think
problems.
Lorraine Love should come from. They've got a little extra vodka in the town. Someone's got to drink it.
listen, I think
Your little meatloaf.
we still think that Salem should have some type of gay club where
Yep.
Lorraine
Lorraine's.
Love is the host.
The Love
Lorraine's-
Lounge.
The Love Lounge.
Oh,
James.
James. Hello.
Hello, bitches.
Hi.
Hello.
Virtually, she's back, bitches.
I'm back, bitches.
Can you hear us?
My phone.
Oh, well,
I do.
well, I believe he was probably calling another show because I gave him the wrong number. So, my bad,
that's
James.
what was going on.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
could see.
My bad, James
Yeah.
Lott Jr. Okay, so James
Hi,
Lott Jr.
Winston. Hi, Baxter. I love you guys.
Say hello.
I love
They
them.
say hello. Okay, James. So I
Yeah.
called you because you still being our historian.
Yes.
Did you watch this week? Did you get a
Yes,
chance
I
to
did.
because you're traveling? Oh, she did. Oh, okay, cute.
I was
So
traveling by car. I got to catch it on certain times. I caught it at certain times. So yes.
okay,
I did see
good.
it.
So you saw the book that Stefan was reading
Yes.
by Kimberly, and it was talking about her split
Yep.
personalities. Okay, give us the rundown of what had happened real quick with Kimberly.
What had happened was,
Mm-hmm.
years ago, she was abused by her uncle Eric,
Mm-hmm.
Grandpa Sean's brother.
Okay.
Of course, it happened off camera or whatever. But he came to town. It was back in the 80s, and he came to town, and seeing her uncle Eric brought all that to the forefront, and he had developed some mental illness issues, and that's what everything you guys talked about a little later. That's what had happened. So she developed some personality. She also the stuff happening to her, but it was all stemming from Uncle Eric.
The
and his
abuse.
abuse.
Okay.
His abuse. So she did, and I remember her writing a book. I remember that she wrote a book about it later.
Because
I
see,
totally remember that.
I didn't know that because when Stefan was reading the book, I was like, when did Kimberly Donovan write a book?
Okay, so she.
Well, it was written, if I'm correct, it was written off screen while she was in California raising Jeannie and Andrew.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if this was a book they created, right now for the storyline, or
Yeah.
if this was actual something she'd written.
See, this is
I just assumed it had been from before.
Yeah.
this is such
Well,
kudos
see,
to
since I am
the
oldest
writing
gal,
team.
apparently.
The OOG.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that what we
I've been
decided?
watching
OGG?
83.
OOG?
Yes, but no, it was off camera. Remember, for a long time she was in California, and I guess of course Jeannie became Teresa later, but she was always out there, and she wrote a book. I remember that.
Okay.
Now, So now I'm also clear something up, you guys.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Laura had a mental breakdown back in the 70s,
Right.
when television icon Susan Flannery played her,
Was
one year
playing her,
before it,
yeah.
Right.
75. With a girl, Bill was cheating on with a woman named Kate. It wasn't,
It
our
wasn't-
Kate.
Right.
They rewrote that later and decided to make Lucas a Horton. That's kind of. So when Laura came back and saw Kate, and that whole thing happened, it was just a mental. She was just crazy. That's all.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That was when I
'Cause-
first started watching, when Laura was at the Meadows,
Yeah.
getting rehabilitated. Yeah.
I didn't start watching till Marlena was in Paris, locked up in a cage.
Oh, that was good too.
Chelsea Brown in the chat room. Okay, well, you must not have came in late or something. Claire is Sean Douglas's daughter. Sean Douglas is Hope's son. Hence,
Which
Hope
makes
is Claire's grandmother.
happy that they finally, she's always about her grandma Marlene.
Right.
That's her grandmother.
Yeah.
Hope is young and beautiful, just like me. And just like me, I'm a grandfather myself.
No.
So the face of the grandparent is younger these days.
Younger and younger.
That's
Yes, they are.
because some of y'all harlots started doing stuff faster than you was supposed to.
I was after high school, and that's on a side note. Yesterday was my granddaughter Scarlett's birthday. She turned
happy
13.
birthday!
Aw.
With Scarlett. So anyway, I understand it's weird. Ron's finally using the connection. That's what I'm liking about it. He's actually making you remember who's related to whom.
Right.
Got it.
Finally.
Okay.
Anything else? Anything else?
No,
Tammy. Oh my God, Tammy.
Yes.
I love you. Happy birthday.
I love you too. Thank you.
You know you're my
Miss
obsession.
you.
My obsession. And you share the name as my daughter.
What is it?
You share the same name as my daughter.
Are you kidding?
No, her name is Tammy.
Stop it.
Look at God.
Tammy with an eye.
Oh my gosh.
Yes,
Wow.
you're my good obsession. So,
Oh my gosh.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yay.
Yeah.
Synchronicity.
But I love all you guys. So, I mean, you got,
love you too.
Mark and Tony, of course, and Mr. Michael Mattes.
Hello.
I love you too.
I love you too.
Well, James Lott Jr., you keep being fabulous in Houston, and I peeped your Insta story, and you got a whole lot of letters and doctorates and degrees after your name. That's a lot of letters after James Lott Jr.
ABCDEFG.
Yeah, I was like, he the DDOC, ABC, PhD, HIJK. I was like, girl, can you have any more letters after your name?
And Tony, actually, I have a few more. I do. I just didn't put them on because it's too long. But yeah, I earn
Pick and
every
choose.
single set of letters after my name. They cost me money, and I earn them, so I will
Use
list
them. Use them. Yep.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Mhm. Sip that
Use
tea
it
and enjoy my
smart.
letters.
Right, exactly. All right, well, thanks, James, for calling in
Thank
and
you.
giving us
Thanks,
that
James.
history.
Enjoy Houston.
I love you guys. I'll see you guys when I get back.
Okay.
Yes, and keep watching.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Oh, thanks, James Lott Jr. for that recap. I appreciate that. But yeah, so there's that with Hope and Rafe and like, girl, Sierra, you should have
And
went.
poor Trip. I was like in that the photo of the photo of the week
Caption.
that's coming up, the caption contest. I was hoping someone would because Trip's mouth is just like not believing what's going on, and I was hoping someone would come up with a good quote. No
I
one
like
did,
I like
but-
that moment when he says to Sierra, "So which one is a wedding shirt?"
Yeah.
And did
And
you
she
see how
turns
she
around.
stopped?
Yeah,
'Cause he's
Sierra was like, whew.
she's like, whew. The purple one.
Yeah. And she went,
That's how Tony reacts when Kyler posts a new photo.
"Wow."
You give a boy a compliment one time, and you just never lets it go.
Nope.
Never. All right, let's move on to JJ, Lonnie, Eli, and Valerie.
I love Valerie.
I know,
Yes,
me
Valerie.
too.
So amazing.
Me
Like,
too.
to sum up,
I'm not nice.
yeah, to sum up how Valerie was with Lonnie, she was basically like, get it together, stop this. You tried to come for me? Oh, okay. Let me let you know how this really gonna be.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I did like that Lonnie was like, well, you did it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, shoot.
Like, oh.
Shade Fest
She went
2018
there.
continues.
She went there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's starting to be such a sticky situation because everybody knows the truth except for JJ.
Well, and then JJ did realize that Lonnie doesn't have a bump yet, and he's like, "You got pregnant in November. When's
Yeah.
your bump starting to show?"
Yeah.
So it may be already in his. He just doesn't realize that it's in his mind.
Well, she's
already.
like he's like questioning because he was like, how long are you going to keep wearing regular clothes?
Yeah.
You know, that dialogue of his is kind of weird for me because he keeps saying, you know, when you're going to show, it's so sexy. I can't wait for you to start showing. And, you know, I just love that, you know, you're going to have my baby. And he just keeps going on.
Like the over-doting?
On. Yeah. It's just like, if I was in that situation, I'd be
I think
like,
they're doing
buddy,
that.
just
They may be
back
doing that
off a little.
Maybe they're doing that on purpose to
Of
like
course.
accentuate
So the
the
letdown
guilt.
is even more.
Well, the letdown's bigger, but then to accentuate like Lonnie's guilt about it.
Right.
You know, to like really like
Yeah.
poke her about it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I agree.
I concur.
I concur.
I mean, that's pretty much it with that
I know.
storyline. It's just a
It's
lot
there,
of
like
still back
there's.
and
I don't
forth.
think there's a lot of progress until.
It's got to turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I saw a promo next week. Something happens with it. But,
Yeah.
But as of now,
I thought it
it's
was
just
going to
kind
be
of
this week.
I know. Well,
Right.
Yeah, it was. I think it was supposed to be this week, but the ball's gonna drop next week.
Mm-hmm.
Before we get into tidbits, while we all know that you love podcasts, there's one in particular you should definitely check out. Michael, let us know about that podcast that our viewers should definitely check out.
Thank you, Tony. I will. Do you want to have fun, learn, and grow in all areas of your life? For those who do, have we got a podcast for you? Conversations with Maria Menounos, podcast edition, is hosted by AfterBuzz TV founder Maria Menounos and drops every Friday on iTunes. Woohoo! Conversations with Maria Menounos features celebrity and influencer interviews, along with secrets and tips on how to be better in all aspects of your life, from health and wellness to career and relationships, finance, and more. Let our Maria be the big sister you never had. Just go to iTunes and subscribe to Conversations with Maria Menounos for free. Be sure to rate and comment. When you do, let Maria know it was us who got you there.
Us as in
Yes.
Dition Days.
Us as in Dition Days, yes.
Yes.
Conversations with Maria Menounos, podcast edition. Check it out on iTunes.
Yeah, why don't you guys do that? Why don't you, like, 20 of you go on
Yes.
and give her a 5-star rating, say
Yes.
that the gang at Dition Days sent her, and she will give us all raises.
Yes.
Do you guys get paid? Because I get paid. Kidding.
While you're on iTunes, make sure you give us a 5-star and comment.
Segue. You're so good.
And now on to our
So
tidbits.
good.
Tidbits. Do we
All
need
right.
a song when we go into each segment now? Because I can whip up stuff now.
Oh,
it.
you can
Whip
whip
it up.
it up
Do
for us?
Whip it.
Tidbits, tidbits. It's time for tidbits.
T-I-D, B-I-T, apostrophe S.
I don't know if it has an apostrophe.
I don't think it
but it
does.
does now.
Worked.
But it does now. But it does now.
I love it. All right, so we already kind of talked about Maggie and Victor. She's still out. Victor's
They're
wanting
still
her back.
estranged.
Right.
Yeah, but I like the moment with Maggie and Julie.
Mm-hmm.
I did like that too.
And you know, her like not getting too into it, but just kind of being like, you know, got a marriage on the rocks now, you know. And I think it's Maggie realizing who she
Married.
married, and that
That he's not gonna
gonna
become
change.
a nice guy.
Well, he's just not gonna let go of wanting to be in control and
Right.
be powerful. Because she said it. She had the best line was that she thought that he would give control to Brady.
Right.
They can move on. You know, have fun with the grandkids. You know, just
Have a leisurely
live
life. Yeah.
And it's like he's still this Victor, and I think she's just like, boo, this isn't what I signed up for.
Right.
Yeah.
I love you, but this is not what I signed up for.
You think she's going to leave him?
I mean, she already did, like
But I mean-
officially,
Like,
like divorced.
officially?
Officially?
I
hope
think
not.
the wheels are turning.
Because Victor's not going to come around, right? You're convinced he's not going to come around?
I don't
I'm
think
convinced not.
I don't think he will.
I don't see how we could.
No.
I mean, other than
It wouldn't be
changing the
very in
character
character.
completely.
Like
Yeah.
if they wrote that, I don't think it would.
I feel like this. I feel like it would be an evolution of the character because I feel like at some point you just have to just not be evil. Now,
Well, I think for the character of Victor to not be as you know, in like wanting the control and as unscrupulous and whatnot, something would have to happen, like a life event, like
well,
a
it's
stroke or
happening.
blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Well, no, the stroke is the love of his life has packed her bags. And
I don't
she's
think that's
like, out.
enough. I don't think that's.
I
enough
don't
for
know.
Him to,
I always feel like Victor has a very soft spot
I
for
do
Maggie.
too, yeah.
And I feel like in his mind he's still like, nah, she'll come back.
Right.
And Maggie's like, well, did you guys tell
Yeah.
Eve what you were doing? And he's like, and Maggie's like,
Bye-bye.
Right.
no, I'm not here for it. I'm a woman of a certain age, and I'm not dealing with BS. And
The only thing I thought was, I felt like it was, of all the things that he's done since they've been married, I'm like, this is the thing that's pushing you over the edge.
That broke the camel's
So
back.
that was the only thing that I kind of was like, But I guess sometimes when you let it fester, one little thing does do it. So I let it go.
I think we are realizing that Brady is now having those moments where he is falling for Eve.
He's falling for even guilty about what he's doing.
Yeah.
And I think she is falling for him too.
Yeah. But then he snaps right back into it with one little thing, and then he's like, okay, we're going to move forward with this. We're going to make it happen. But I think he's definitely falling for Eve.
I felt bad when he and Eve were at the
square. Cafe?
The cafe. What's the name of it?
The cafe.
Brady
Pub.
Brady Pub. And he orders a drink, and she says, "You don't really need, you think that's such a good idea?"
Yeah.
And the fact that he uses that as his go-to because he's feeling so bad about everything, I feel really bad. That makes me feel really bad.
Yeah.
I don't like his coping that way.
Right.
And now Eve doesn't like it either.
Well, that was cool. That was a nice change.
And that shows her, the feelings for him.
Yeah.
She cares about him.
Yeah.
She's his lobster.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It's a Friends reference.
Oh.
We were all like, does someone have
Sorry,
lobster this
no one
week?
wants his friends here.
Nope.
Okay.
And then now we have Kayla, Steve, and John.
Oh, that's right. I think they were on Monday.
Kayla's
and that
still
was
not
it.
having it with John.
Oh no! Yeah. But now there's permanent damage to his cornea, which is causing his blind.
Yeah.
And daytime.
Kayla's like,
I'm too upset about it.
Well, she's just like, it could get worse, and he could.
She could die tomorrow and come back to life the next day. Sorry.
Keeping it real.
So
don't try and scare me.
So there's that guilt. Whatever. All right.
Is he gonna go blind?
No.
I don't.
No.
God, I hope not.
And if he does, they can. Like Tony went blind back in the '90s. He got his vision back. So
listen,
it's possible. You
know what?
Make up a surgery and have it done.
Well, no, because fans love the patch. I was gonna say maybe his vision gets stronger and he doesn't have to wear a patch anymore.
No, they can't.
But they won't let it happen. He lost that eye.
He lost the eye. Yeah, that eye's gone.
They won't let Steve just have good eyes.
No.
Everything goes back to his eyes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. There was I think it was a week that I wasn't here. When Billy came in and she said something. She said something to him like not being able to see or something like that. And she goes, "You don't say that to a man with one eye."
I remember that. That was funny.
Oh, Lisa Rinna.
I LOL'd.
All right, and that has been your week of days.
Yeah.
And now it's time for our segments, and we'll start with my segment, which is Tony's official 3 Snaps Award. Oh, snap! All right, so first of all, I'm gonna give, me, I like to give an honorable mention. I want to give an honorable mention to Valerie and Lonnie for when Lonnie was like, "You look nice," and Valerie was like, "I'm not nice," and then Valerie was like, "You love him so much that you will pass a baby off as his," and then Lonnie was like, "Isn't that what you did?" And I was like, "Oh, girl!" So honorable mention in the 3 snaps, but not the official 3 snaps. The official 3 snaps goes to someone who decided to make sure that someone knows she still got it. So my official 3 snaps award goes to Luis Sorrell for being like, "Oh, you don't want to do business, but honey, can you handle this pleasure?" And I was like, "Yes, Vivian, let him know the goods are still good."
Her hair was curly.
It was curly. She had on a fur coat. She was giving you and the coat was kind of like here a little bit, like giving you just a tish of shoulder.
Right.
And then she was like, "Do you want this?" So, Luis Sorrell, Vivian, you get Tony's official 3 Snaps Award. All right, and now it's time for Designer Days.
Elegance.
Fashion.
Opulence.
Designer Days.
Designer days.
You're gonna have to make that one.
Take it away, say, Tammy?
So actually, this week had a lot to choose from because of the wedding.
Right.
You know, Wednesday came, this was Wednesday. I was like, thank God, because I was beginning to worry. And then when Friday came and it was the wedding, everyone was wearing the most amazing things. I thought, you know what? This was my first impulse, and I'm going to stick with it because I absolutely love this. I'm assuming it's a faux leather, royal blue, cobalt blue,
great color,
jacket that she's wearing.
Valerie.
That Valerie's wearing, yes. And so I started searching online to see what I could find, and there's a ton of these jackets that you can find at Zara's. Do we have the next photo, Steve? There we go.
There we go.
So this one was
one's
actually,
identical.
you can find it at Macy's for $59.99.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty close to what Valerie was wearing. Completely reasonable.
And that says faux leather on that one.
It is faux
Mojo.
leather, yeah.
The-
Talia Sodi faux leather Moto
Mojo
jacket. But again, Zara also sells something like this. If you
Macy's is not paying us to say this.
Yes,
by the
I know.
way.
Macy's not saying it. They should. So yeah, and it's one of these pieces that you can just wear with everything.
Yeah.
You
Very
can-
versatile.
You get skirts and dresses and jeans, and it's just one of those statement pieces that everybody needs. And I love this. One of my favorite colors. I love this color.
Well,
So there you go.
that has been Designer Days.
Designer days,
Fashion.
opulence.
Everything. Designer Days. And now it's time for Caption This. Or is it that or this?
Caption that.
Caption that.
Caption that.
Caption
Neighbors.
that.
Surprise.
I know. Surprise,
Surprise,
surprise.
surprise.
This week's caption, if you can see the photo, comes from the very last scene of the very last episode of this week with Sierra dropping the bomb on Hope about Rafe cheating with Sammy, and it's the moment where it just all happens. I thought it was
Claire
just a
dropping
great.
the bomb.
I just thought it was a great moment to capture because you just see everybody's reaction, and so I thought we'd probably get some good ones, and we did. And the one that I chose as the caption of the week was from Ambrose Army Forever on Instagram, and it's Sierra saying, "Claire, I told you not to use Grandma's drapes to make your clothes. That was her favorite pair." I thought that was a cute
That's
caption.
cute. That's cute.
I like
that.
it. And that has been Caption That. And now it's time for
Oh, we're doing that first. Okay.
Days Fan of the Week.
Okay, we'll go.
Then we'll go back and do quote of the week.
Okay. Fan of the week, we'll go to another iTunes reviewer. I'm guessing Tony and Tammy did a show, just the two of you? Did you guys do a show, just the two of you?
No, we
The
were
very
all three.
first one, we did a show.
Okay.
Oh, the very first one.
January
First one.
14th. Well, this was written on
Okay.
January 14th. It's very short and sweet. Said, just caught your Sunday, January 14th show. Tony and Tammy, you were fabulous. Hashtag fabulous.
I love it.
So that is ERM_WB, who is going to be...
Dish and Days Fan of the Week. Woohoo!
Never gets old. Never
Never.
gets old. I do listen to that at home. I am not exaggerating. Ask my husband. We'll be sitting in the bed and I just hit play and it plays and he just looks at me. I'm like, it's funny.
And now it's time for
Mark's quote of the week.
All right. So my quote of the week, I don't think I've ever done this, is a two-parter.
Okay.
Because it goes to the same person, but two different things. Because they both literally made me, and I think we all know what scene it happened in. It goes to Victor. I mean, come on. If Victor's on that week, he's pretty much going to get it. He says, hold on. Whatever you and your genetically challenged son are selling,
I don't want it.
I'm not interested.
That was a good one.
And then after, oh my God. And then after Vivian said, I could be the lady to your Macbeth, the Hepburn to your Tracy, the Lucy to your Schroeder. Victor said, talk about Looney Tunes. Which then led into the flashing session.
Yeah! Do you like that?
So, which led into Tony's 3 Snouts Awards. So that was...
Mark's quote of the week.
Oh my
you.
gosh. I now hope that someone makes that into a GIF.
Right.
Do you like this? I love gifts.
Yeah.
I made one of myself.
Yeah.
All right, and now we got some news and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Should we each just take one?
Sure. I'll pull this over so you can read it.
Thank y'all.
We'll start. I'll start, and then we just go around.
Sounds great.
All right, so Lifetime thriller starring Days of Our Lives Robert Scott Wilson, who you guys know as Ben Weston. You know that back in the day, his character Ben terrorized Abigail, and his Lifetime one is about to do the same to others in a movie called Stalked by a Reality Star. That will premiere on Saturday, March 10th at 8 p.m. on Lifetime. So make sure you check it out. Oh my God, Lifetime will suck you in with
Right.
a
Yes.
good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This from Jamie Lynn Bauer's Facebook. She plays Dr. Laura Horton, Jennifer's mom, and Abigail's grandmother. She posted that her return air date is May 30th.
Yes, and she's
So
also
we'll look forward
returning
to
to
that.
Young and the Restless.
Oh,
Yes,
good.
Yeah.
that's a bit
Exciting.
sooner. That's a bit
Yeah.
sooner, but yeah.
Returning
As
long
the-
term or
I
returning?
think short term. They're doing
It's short term.
They're
It's-
doing stuff for the 45th anniversary, and they're
Got it.
bringing some stuff.
Got it.
Some
Yeah.
not some stuff.
Got
Some
it.
people back from
Yeah.
the past. But yes, she will be back on Days as Dr. Laura Horton on May 30th.
Yeah.
Next, we have Kevin Spiritus.
Spiritus.
Spiritus. Ex-Craig wrote and produced his own web series called After Forever that will debut in April. The official trailer can be seen on Facebook at After Forever, the series.
Yay.
Yay.
Kevin.
exciting.
It's also Twitter, Instagram, everywhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, check
After
it out.
Forever, the series.
Check it out.
And then from Soap Central, ratings for Days of Our Lives continue to climb because of Edition Days. We don't have proof of that. And the show is poised to become... I didn't keep my glasses over here. Poised to become television's third most watched soap opera. There's only four.
I mean, it's an
But, you
improvement.
know,
That's
It's,
okay.
You know,
We
it's,
gotta
That's
take it
okay.
where we can.
That's okay. Days of Our Lives is hot these days. And it looks like viewers across the nation agree. The ratings are out for the week of February 5th through the 9th. And not only did the show manage to gain 117,000 new viewers compared
That's
to the
amazing.
previous week,
Yeah, it's
but
good
it
for
also
daytime.
is also up 320,000 viewers in comparison to this time last year.
That's,
job.
That's
Well,
this is good.
That's
This is good
amazing.
news
Well-
because the renewal still hasn't been announced.
Yeah.
So
Right, 6
they're-
weeks. They have
yeah.
6 weeks.
Well,
to
listen,
decide.
we
Oh,
all
really?
know what was going on last year, and we were just
Yeah.
fans with open arms. Like,
Yeah.
girl, we're gonna get through it, girl.
Yeah.
Was it last year around this time they introduced Jungle Madness again, or was that a little bit later?
I think it was
that
Because that's when I was
later.
kind of just like,
Yeah.
I can't.
Oh, one thing that we forgot to re-mention is that starting tomorrow on Bravo,
Right.
they're going to start re-airing older
tomorrow?
episodes,
Okay.
two episodes, one at 6 a.m. and then another one at 7 a.m. And they're starting with, I think it's like the September 26th.
September 16th,
September
2011.
16th, 2011.
It's around the time they introduced the Horton Square, and when John and Marlena came back, and Carrie and Austin, Patrick Muldoon Austin,
okay.
came back.
okay.
Yeah. So,
It's also kind
Is
of the
this
beginning.
when Jack fell?
I think so. Yeah, that's also when Matt Ashford came back
Yeah.
for the
Oh.
bazillionth time.
you have to relive that. So you guys,
I may have to watch.
while you're up getting ready for work, tune in. You know, it'd be great to go down memory lane and revisit some of your old days episodes. I kind of wish they would show the Marlena
Possession.
Possession.
Oh.
Yeah.
Someone text me or tweet me, because y'all got my number. Tweet me when Billy's first episode comes on again. I'd love to relive that.
Someone text me when Mark and Billy are out and about and having a drink, so that I know the location and I can just so happen to
Feel free
stop
to
by.
include Tammy and I
It's
too.
Soho House.
Throw it in
and
there.
you have to be with William. To
It's
get
an
in.
LA place where you can't just walk in.
I can't wait for the day that you guys are at this house. And like I walk in and I go, oh, hello,
hey.
and I'm with someone else.
Good luck with that.
I'm gonna make that shit happen. Oh, sorry.
Make it happen.
I'm gonna make it happen. All right. Well, that has been your another recap of Days of Our Lives right here on AfterBuzz
Wow, we
TV's
nailed that. Time-wise, by the way.
We did.
You're welcome, Steven.
We're good at what we do. Before we head out, Mark J. Freeman, let the folks know where they can find you on the social media.
Oh, on the social media. On the social media, you can.
Well, we all know that they can find you at the Soho House with Billy
because we can't get in. So.
Check out the Soho House when you're in Los Angeles. Members only. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Lorraine Love, LORAYNE, and I'm doing the RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars 3 recap currently Thursday nights at 10 p.m. I know it's late for a lot of you, but those of you overseas, it's probably early in the morning. Watch it. So check that out too if you're a RuPaul's Drag Race fan.
Yes, and it's a good season.
It is.
There's a lot to talk about.
Going on.
Yeah. Tammy.
And you can find me Twitter at, what is it? Tami Goveia.
Have you tried your name?
Steven, read what this says on the bottom of the screen. Thank you.
Tami Goveia, thank you. And Instagram is official Tami Goveia. Thank you.
You have officially turned into Michael Mattes.
Officially.
Let's see if he remembers his social media.
You can find me on Instagram at MLMattes and on Twitter at MLMattes1.
Wow.
Yay.
Don't try to give me the eye like, this is your first time getting it right.
Great, yeah.
And of course, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to follow the show, you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook Dishin Days or on Twitter _Dishin Days. The @ is implied.
But the hat goes.
But the @ is not.
The hat is not. And if you want to follow me and all of my doings, make sure you follow me on all social media platforms at Lounging with Tony. Yes.
Oh, you can follow my hair on Twitter too. Living for the hair.
We're still living for the hair.
Living for the hair.
You know who's really living for the hair? Soho House. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another AfterBuzz TV's Dishin Days, where we give you a full recap of NBC's #1 hit soap opera, Days of Our Lives. We'll be back next week with another full recap. Bye, y'all. Have a great week.
Bye, y'all.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.